Welcome back to Politricks Watch. This is Sir P. Now, the date Friday the 13th is synonymous with bad luck, disaster. A lot of people fear it, right? A lot of people won't even plan any kind of function or nothing like that on Friday the 13th because of superstition. Well, for the residents of Tredegar Park, Friday the 13th will turn out to be exactly what they've been hearing their entire life. A day of disaster, a day of tragedy. On Friday the 13th, 2010, the Klansman gang went into the community of Tredegar Park, and in my opinion, they committed the most evil act in the entire history of the gang. And it says a lot about just how acidic Jamaica is as a nation when an event like this can happen. And after, to be honest, I remember it clearly, about maybe 2-3 weeks after Tredegar Park, the story was completely forgotten. See, for most nations, a day when 8 people in one community get massacred by one gang, and this 8 includes 11-year-olds, 15-year-olds, right, 23-year-old, 3 pitney from one family and their mother. That would have been a complete disaster for most nations. That would have been a day that nobody can ever forget. In Jamaica, we just call that Friday. I want people to understand, Tredegar Park is a perfect example of just how brutal and savage the Klansman gang can be. See, there's an easy test to know pretenders, because a lot of people, in an acidic society, a lot of people pretend to be a part of and pretend to know criminal organizations like clans because they think it gives them clout. But the real Klansman members, the ex-members, man who either do the mad go road and come back already, man who run all over the place, man who that jail has served much years, them can't tell about Klansman. The truth is, actual Klansman members, if them sit down one away and talk to you, them will tell you, not even Klansman rate Klansman. So when I see outsiders, when I see pretenders speaking highly of clans and bigging them up, I have to laugh. I have to laugh. People, Tredegar Park, why did it went down? How did so much devastation rain down on this small community? See, let me give you the backstory. There was problems between Klansman, obviously, and an ex-Klansman, a youth what them call Handsome, right? I think some people call him Negos, but he's more known as Handsome, right? He have a brother named Wayne Bones. He was one of the first people to really step away from clans and decide to say, nah, take no talk. This is even before Black Man, right? Handsome did over Tredegar Park. Handsome and Wayne Bones was a problem for the Klansman organization. See, most people, they bend to the will of clans. Clans to do this, them jump. Wayne Bones and Handsome did a do for them own thing. Now take no talk, right? When them ready, them this Tesha, them this Black Man in the business going on. Handsome in particular was a very dangerous 87, right? Think of him similar to the Preke Boy type of 87. He was one of the first youth from Spanish Town to really did just no business, walk up and down with him M16 and no business about nobody, right? Handsome was a real problem. Real problem for clans. Now, of course, in a bad man terms, you diss me, you violate me, mean nothing. That can simply mean as order sin, you decide to say, you carry it out, you not take no talk. In bad man terms, you need to be disciplined. Now you're thinking to yourself, okay, Sir, I understand. What Tredegar Park have to do, or what the victims in a Tredegar Park have to do with Handsome and Klansman beef. Don't worry people, we'll get there. Go and enjoy on the mint tea, go and enjoy on the Cersei bush. Listen, the operation that was launched on Friday the 13th, 2010 was supposed to make an example, was supposed to make a statement to people who were now getting the idea so them can just step away from clans and do what them feel like. Even though Handsome was the real target, right? And him because Handsome did start building his own little crew, right? Even though they were the main target, because in the base over Tredegar Park, the residents them end up get drawn in. I know this is one of the reasons why I tell people, when you see certain man coming on the place, and they think so una think una help on yourself by leaving them alone now, death and destruction will soon follow. And if you know a best sooner, when you get them out of the place fast, right? Because handsome, over Tredegar Park with film crew, and Klansman decides them have to go teach him a lesson. The orders come down, straight from the top. Them time they both Tesha and Black Man that jail. Of course, jail no mean nothing. Especially them time the man still send orders in the street. Right? The word come down. Go mash up the place. Go show handsome and them boys them what Klansman can do. However, the same day, police did over Tredegar Park because the place was already tensed. Police over there till about after 11 in the night. So when the police them over there, handsome and theme soldier them take with themselves. Right? Because police are look for them too. Right? So handsome and theme gang gone. Police over there and move on, so till them end up leave. When the police them leave, guess who arrived? Klansman. Klansman turn up about hour after the police them leave. Right? In my opinion, I think them there are people over there tell them say police there, and when the police them gone, them take them off and the man them knows if to go over there. When the man them reach over there, they were supposed to go for handsome and anybody who is aligned to him, as in theme gang, theme local crew. However, as I said before, the man them gone. The man them take with themselves long time. So this team of Klansman 87s never have no target. The man them who them go for never did it. Right? And the people them who them really run into, as me said, them wasn't a real hardcore 87, them wasn't the people them who give Klansman a problem. So what would any logical person think? Okay, them are gonna leave and go them yard. Wrong. How many times do I have to say it? You cannot use logic. When you're talking about a gang like Klansman, when you're talking about a gang like Stone Crusher, you cannot use who them wanted it, so them are gonna left. No, that was very unlikely. You're mad. After them get charged up, after them smoke how much a spliff, drink how much rum, do much diet coke, people. The reason why Tredegar Park simply had to be a disaster is because when I tell you the names of the man them who go over there, you now got to understand why there had to be destruction. I'm going to give you a brief rundown of who go over there. Right? Almost everybody I can think of dead right now. But remember how America had that dream team in Jordan? Well, this was Klansman's nightmare team, and ironically, Klansman also had a Jordan on their team. Some of these names might not mean much to nobody, but people who have been watching my channel for a while would have heard these names. People from Spanish Town, people from Tredegar Park. These names still give people nightmare to this day. This is just a short list of some of the men that go over there. And bearing in mind, it was more than 20 men go over there. Listen to the names of the 87s that passed through that Friday the 13th, 2010. There was youths like Badfram, JJ Nakis, Nevada Hodges. Speaking of Hodges, a lot of people always ask me what happened to the Nevada Hodges video. Well, that video right there, I guess because I put in a lot of video clips in it that YouTube didn't find friendly. That video right there is the reason why I still haven't got the 100,000 plaque. The platform gave me a strike for that video because them say some of the pictures and the scenes them put in that video was simply too gruesome. Right, but don't worry, I'm going to remake that video and upload it sometime in the future. So moving on, there was Badass, Satan, Sci-Fi. That's another youth I haven't spoken about it on this channel. But that youth, Sci-Fi, listen, Earsman, Crab, Billbuck, people. When I tell you, some of the most vicious youths Klansman ever produced. JJ Nakis on him own is a disaster when it go up on the apps. Hodges alone, Badass alone, Satan alone, Sci-Fi alone, them man individually, Crab alone, them man individually cause chaos. Imagine when they're all grouped up and go over there for one operation. So the reason why so much of them go is because this was to be the statement of all statement. This was when Klansman round up, right, as me said, them dream team of 87s. Almost every top killer go over there. For sure, them a listen. There's another youth, Rambo, right. Some people probably remember him as well, right. I look at Juvenile in Demar. He was about 15 years old. Terrible, terrible set of youths. As me say, the man them get charged up, ready for kill, and go over there, and their victims weren't there. So what did they do? They proceeded for move from house to house and target anybody them catch. When I say anybody, I mean anybody. I'm talking about the fact that Klansman, the man them going to one house, right, with one family, and the man them kill. In a one family, the man them kill the mother, right? You want to understand this now? The man them kill the mother, a lady by the name of Erang Hopeling Dennis, and our 3 children them. Children were 11-year-old Angel Anderson, 23-year-old Monique Anderson, 15-year-old Joel Anderson. Who went into the house? This actual attack was done, right, by Nevada Hodges and others. You see, Nevada Hodges was a youth who, enough people don't know this, even if man at Klansman don't know this, but Hodges used to mess with the Diet Coke. Hodges, when he was sober, people will tell you he actually wasn't even that bad when he was sober. But in order to go on certain operation, Hodges was one of them man there. We have to do him line of coke, have to drink too much things, he have to get himself out of that state and into a different mindset to go on a certain operation. This is how Hodges did. Right? Brothers, you probably heard me mention brothers already. It was the 2 of them who go into the house. When the man them go in there, right, upon Erang Dennis and I 3 pitney them. Matter of fact, there was more pitney in the house, but 3 dead. People at Jamaica want to understand this. The man them start wet up the pitney them. The man them, and they were carrying rifles, by the way, M16. You know, I just love the M16. When the lady realized, say, they might go shoot her baby. She had her baby on her breast. Let me say it again. The lady, right, Erang Dennis, she had her baby on her breast. When you hear me talk certain things, I want to think, oh, Mr. throw things to dramatic effect. No. When you hear me talk about bad man, 87 criminals should be, this is a real life example. When she realized, say, the man them I could shoot the baby, you know what this lady did? She rolled herself over upon the baby. You know what the man them do? The man them wet up her back. The man them turn the woman and strain her. I just want to understand the type of people now deal with. I want to understand who is Klansman. I want to understand when I sing certain lyrics, I want to jump up in a party, I want to understand the kind of things I want to call on for myself. I want to understand who my favorite artist them that do freed up for. I just want to understand that. After the man them mash up the woman back, kill 3 or pitney them in a one family. The same brothers and Nevada Hodges, for this act, the 2 of them will end up get 2 of the wickedest dead any Klansman get. Nevada Hodges, as you would have heard in my video about him, right? The man them end up take off him head and carry it on a plaza, go put it right in front of the plaza, a Spanish town. Everybody can see it. Gruesome sight. As for brothers, 2 bad and termite go for him. And the man them use a Uzi and shot out him, try put him belly. You see the way Preke boy look at him up on the stretcher? At that reach brothers. Termite them use a Uzi and spray him, right, until him try drop a gun. This was the same brothers who going at the house with Hodges and wait up this woman and her 3 pitney them. Right, brothers lost him life in the Tesha versus Black Man war. I just want to understand. So when you see certain things reach back certain man, you have to understand that it was time. Hodges and brothers end up get to the most gruesome death of any Klansman. Right, and in my opinion, things like this, them things that just have to come back to you. There's no way you can do things like this and it don't come back, come haunt you. It don't come back, come affect you. Hodges was a youth who, when him sober up, he used to break down and cry. And I tell you things that no regular like 87 Klansman can't tell you. Only the man them was deep into the system. Klansman, my Klansman source, them man is deep into the system, up to the highest level. Hodges, when him talk about this operation, Hodges used to break down and cry like a baby. Because no matter how much things him take before him go up on the ups, him used to still remember it. And I talk about Big Bad Man, one of the most highly rated and feared youth in a Spanish town. You turn into a big crying baby when he remember this operation, Tredegar Park. It never ever left his memory. He was haunted for the rest of his life. What do you expect? What do you expect? A matter of fact, this operation, no foolishness going, because people say, well, how come the police them never stopped the man them? Because they were over there for like an hour. Actually, what happened was the police them tried to come into the community, but there was a next set of 87s them who challenged them to the entry points, so them couldn't come in. So there was a shootout to even get into the community. Meanwhile, I said a man in the community, I go door to door and I mash up the people in place. Some of them never even have weapons. Some of the man them, all them having in them hand is a buckle boom. Right? For them job was just a bun down house. You have money for them job was just a cut off grill. Right? Old people testify. Say when the man them cut off the grill them and finally get into the house and them realize they rotted, the house have a next back door, all people get to them just burn down the house them. That's how heated they were. That's how much the man them come for death and destruction. The man them were blinded by evil. The man them attack some people who can't even help themselves. Be old people, woman and pitney was left in Tredegar Park that day. Because none of the man them did left. Right? Just want to understand what is Klansman. When I talk about the operation and even other Klansman was disgusted. The same bigs we mentioned before. The same bigs from the popcorn operation. When the police them finally get through and start shoot out with them, bigs get shot and him run away. Right? Him run away fetchers and the police them catch up on him. And the police them that try to charge him for Tredegar Park, but them couldn't charge him. Because them couldn't prove say the whole 9 foot was from them. Him tell them say site work him do and still run through him foot. Right? Because the bullet never lodge 9 foot, it fly through. Right? And that same youth, well, we don't know about film story already. Want to understand, on this operation, Klansman come back from the operation because none of them they have to jump in a river to escape. Man have to jump in a river, man have to fling with gun, man lock up in a house and a hide. Total disaster because they didn't have an exit plan. They didn't have an exit plan. Man have to jump in a river and swim. Klansman wet up themselves. And I mean, number 1 and number 2 in them underpants. Pan the operation. The man what do the shooting, start vomit and wet up themselves. I'm giving you facts right so. I give you the things the CVM can't tell you no, TVJ can't tell you no. Bad man reach back a Spanish zone, reach back a base and knock on people do a beg them to let them in. Because by this point the police are trying to chase them now, the police are chasing them all over the place. And when time people open the door and look out the door, them see bad man with the whole of the front of them pants wet up. And the whole of the back of them pants wet up. Number 1 and number 2. Vomit all over them shirt. The man them can't believe when them see. Police starts chase them back right away. In the following, in the immediate aftermath after Tredegar Park event, police them catch up on a youth named Crab. He was one of the main men them over there too. Police they mash him up. Little youth named Demar was about 15 years old I think. Little boy. Police then catch him over Thompson pen in one yard. Mash him up. People ball out. Oh police to do this to a 15-year-old, he's only 15. See back then Jamaican used to drink the Kool-Aid. They used to drink the Kool-Aid where say, oh for a certain age they can't mix up in certain things. Them know say that little youth was one of the wickedest youth in our clans. That little boy them are. Because he always tried to prove to the bigger man them just how wicked he was. Him alone killed about 2 people over Tredegar Park. Terribly youth. Him tell the police them say name Kevin, but he never named Kevin. Real name was Demar. Not even the police know that to this day the police have him down in the system as Kevin. Right? Another youth named Bill Buck. One people at Jamaica just understand how serious the Tredegar Park operation was. The only youth who went on that apps and speak of it highly as in it was a good day for him, guess who? Out of all the names them I call, guess who had the least remorse for Tredegar Park? That's right, JJ Nakis. He was the only one who spoke about it like say it was a fun day at the office. Everybody else was traumatized. As I said, Hadjis never recovered. Right? Enough of the man them panic never recovered. Right? Enough man even try to take with themselves. And let me tell you something right now. After Tredegar Park, when the security forces started to hunt the members who took part in it, enough of the man them who dead because of this Tredegar Park operation, guess how the police catch up on them? Guess how the police find out where them hide? And guess who gave the police that information? When me tell you, say, bad man are the biggest informer. You're not going to be ready for this one, but that's for another video. People of Jamaica, I want you to understand something. When I tell them say Klansman, they really Klansman. I tell you the testimony from people who actually served in the gang. I not talk about no little or come up man where just carry one gun and lock a one gun and have carry up by a certain hours. I talk man with deep into the system. I talk about man who, when them talk about clans, you that things are one order them come from. When I tell you that one order and clans were never the same. When people try to make it sound like one order and clans were like this, no. One order was a gang. Klansman was more like one of them groups from out of the Middle East. They carried out acts of terror. Different. Klansman's biggest enemy was Klansman. Klansman narrate Klansman because Klansman is one of the biggest friend-killing organizations in history. More Klansman dead at the hand of Klansman than anybody else. Police wish them could have killed Klansman like how them kill each other. One other wish them could have killed Klansman like how Klansman kill each other. You've seen what happened? Or you saw my video about Bunman? Bunman was the Don for one other. And Klansman them go kill him. Right? And what come out of it? Not much. Not much. If it was the other way around, if one other did go shoot Tesha Miller, Spanish Stone, as you know it, would not exist today. It would have burned down completely. When you see what happened to Bunman, and one other was fired by couple shot and called today, trust me, believe me when I tell you, they were not the same. Klansman is in a different group of evil. Klansman is in an upper echelon of brutality. They're up there with the Stone Crusher. Watch my video, top 5 biggest and most destructive gangs in Jamaica. That's where clans reside. You talk about a community, right? Sorry, you're talking about an organization. Go to a community for one group of man and not find the man, and because them vex, them can't give a shoot nobody. Them just start go from door to door and kill people. Woman, picnic, old people. Right? Who were the other victims? Right? 60-year-old Eldon Heron, aka Daddy. His son, Eldon Heron Jr., 22-year-old. Gary Lando Stewart, 26-year-old. Orette Miller, otherwise called Yankee. When you hear the age group them, the man them go as young as 11 and as old as 60. No reason whatsoever. This is what I've been trying to find out. The people them who them kill, is it because the woman was she some kind of kerosene? No, this lady, the lady who lost her treatment them. Mister, why she? What she linked with? No. The man must go from door to door. Right? The common law husband of Erang Dennis and the tree, him still alive, him talk about the incident. Right? I'm talking about the stories on the Gleaner. You can Google time yet to heal all wounds. That's the name of the Gleaner title, and you see the man talk about him family. The man talk about him family. I hope people understand. So there are many instances or many examples of Tredegar parks all over Jamaica. Might not be 8, sometimes it's a 5. Like when Stone Crusher man will kill 5 one time, again will kill 6 one time. As I said, these things should shock and make an entire society stand still, but not in Jamaica. A nation that was once so quiet, so peaceful, that people could go out in bed with them door and them window open. A nation who, when it was at its poorest, when nobody never have on no Jordans on their feet, when nobody never have on no clocks, when nobody never have no bike and no car to drive, when all people there was a little kerosene stove in them home, yet still people could live in peace, right? The village raised the child, people look over for them neighbors, there was trust, has been turned into a nation where the streets are flowing with blood. And in that same nation, the modern citizens of that nation, when anyone tries to call out the organizations that is turning the country upside down, those people then become the attack dogs for their beloved gang or their beloved politician or their beloved entertainer. The same people who after them done do that, after them done justify and rationalize and tell us, oh, no go so and defend, right, and wrap in cotton wool their favorite criminal, the same people them, and tell you say, oh, well, I'm a spiritual person and I love God, but all you have to do is just poke them with a stick. Just poke them. Just give them the event where them favorite MP did carry out one criminal act. Just give them the event of them favorite entertainer. It buy you much gun, the youth in the block, and watch all that good guy and good girl act disappear. Watch their true colors come out. People at Jamaica understand this. Stop cuss PNP and JLP. See them wicked, you know why? Because you get the leaders you deserve. You see, a Klansman or one other stone crusher, it simply couldn't survive in certain societies. Just like I said with disease, a disease needs an aesthetic body to survive. Klansman, the way it survived and flourished in Jamaica, right? The same reason why your crooked MP survives and flourished in Jamaica. It's an acidic environment. Highly acidic environment. And let me tell you something. The day is going to come when even the people who are apologists, as me say, them favorite criminal, even those people will one day turn and bawl and say, Lord have mercy, criminals dead. But them people won't do that until it turn up at them doorstep. Not until at them granny, not until at them mother, not until at them son and them daughter. That's when you're going to see them take time sneak come over here. Boy, sir, you're true that all the crime for done, the money mash up the place. No. Another thing we say. You have to say, the gunman who shoot your mother, you have to say, I lie them and tell the system of fight against him, like you do when your MP get catch or your artist get catch. That's the way you have to do. If J-Bad, or the new J-Bad, who are alive now, because there's hundreds of J-Bad running around, there's hundreds of Adges, hundreds of Bad from, right? When one of them pull up on your granny and give her 10 for no other reason than just being in Tredegar Park, or just being in Cockburn Pen on the night where them are passed through. Nobody go tell nobody say the man them who shoot her figure out jail. What you must say is, oh, Lord the man, system of fight against him, because him poor, that you have to do. Don't bother become a patriot when the gun turns up at your doorstep. Don't bother become no crime fighter. Don't bother try get no morals when you're a precious little Jimmy. Pick up a stray round coming home from school. Because you never busy but nobody else spit me. And I know what you're thinking right now. Hey, sir, you suck him at a minute rate you. That's like a compliment to me. See, when an LIQ troll tell me in the rate me, that's a compliment. You're not supposed to. If the majority of the people in a highly acidic nation like somebody like me, I'm doing something wrong. Let me say that again. If the majority of the people in an acidic nation, right, like somebody like me and things that will come out of my mouth, I'm doing something wrong. The fact that you're so bothered and heated when I call out clans, when I call out one another, when I call out Stone Crusher, when I call out your MP, when I call out your artist, that's because I'm disruptive. And in anything, before you really make change, you have to disrupt. You ever see a house built on a perfectly smooth level now? You bring in backhoe and you dig up and you dig up and you shake and you make noise and you broke down this and you mash up and then you build. Jamaica have to destroy before it build. People have to shake up before we can build. We have to make noise before we can build. See, we don't want to build upon a smooth road. We don't want to build a mansion, we don't want to dig the foundation, we don't want to make the noise. We don't want to break no block, we don't want to bend no steel. Fairy tale and fantasy. That is what Jamaica is obsessed with. But don't worry, some police commissioner come save you now. Andrew Holness or Peter Phillips are going to write on a little bill and Jamaica go suddenly turn in a Singapore. Hey, one wait. I have unicorn for selling now. Patreon squad, big up on yourself. Please like, comment and share the video. Bless.